What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another random movie review channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Chase, and let's talk about one. And the one I want to talk about right now is not a full movie, it's not really a series, it's a TV movie, technically. I don't know what to really call it, but I think it's a TV movie. But it's Werewolf by Night, and this one comes to us from Marvel Studios, and it hits Disney Plus this Friday, October 7th, if you choose to watch this film, regardless of what I'm about to say. So, what's this movie about? Follows a lycanthrope superhero who fights evil using the abilities given to him by a curse brought on by his bloodline. There's a little tongue twister for you right there. Anyways, I was looking forward to this one. As you guys know, huge Marvel fan, so I don't care if you want to give me a 20-minute episode of something, a 52-minute episode in this case of a TV movie or a full movie in theaters. I don't care. I'm already knee deep into this franchise. I've already been watching too many of them, so I'm already ingrained into the universe and in the characters. So I was gonna watch it regardless. Is it any good? So I remember watching the trailer, and I was completely stunned that they were able to get away with the way it looks and how it harkens back to the old werewolf and Frankenstein and mummy, um Dracula type of look from the 30s. And so I was like, okay, Marvel, I like the fact that, hey, 30 movies deep now, you're trying something different for each thing, so hey, go for it. And of course, it's directed by Michael Giacchino, who we all know and love as a composer. This is his directorial debut. So I saw it, and I want to take a break to thank the sponsor of this video, Movie Palette. Hi, it's me interrupting me, and I just wanted to take a break to thank the sponsor of this review, Movie Palette. Movie Palette takes the concept of the movie poster to the next level. Movie Palette consists of stripes of colors carefully chosen by their team of artists. Every stripe represents a color of a particular scene in a movie and is put in chronological order on the canvas. There are so many movies to pick from, and it doesn't even stop there. They also have whole seasons of TV shows. I recently moved and I needed some things to put on my wall, and I was getting tired of putting up traditional movie posters and wanting something different, and Movie Palette stepped up to the plate. The movie palette that I chose was one of my favorite movies of all time, Logan. This gorgeous palette is a constant reminder of how beautiful this film is and how each scene evokes a different emotion all through its language of color, not to mention a great conversation starter. This is a unique piece to any film and TV lover's home, and I want to help you get one. Use the discount code CHASE15 for 15% off of any product on their website. Film is art, so why not display your favorite as such? That's 15% off of your order when you use the code CHASE15. I like it a lot. The one downfall to releasing a 52-minute TV movie, quote unquote, there's just not enough. I want more, because by the end of it, like, we get introduced to so many characters and we finally get to see the werewolf in action, and we're like, oh, the credits are rolling because I just want to see more. But it's a perfect little addition to the Marvel library for this Halloween season. So give it a shot if this is something that's up your alley, or if you just want to keep up to date with all the Marvel stuff. This is a pretty good one. It's not like anything that's like blowing my socks off or anything, but for an introduction to a character that we haven't seen in this universe thus far, and like a bunch of other characters that they've introduced, I like it. So, the one thing I appreciate about the most is Michael Giacchino. I think really tapping in to the authentic, gritty film grain look and beauty of the sets that look back or harken back to, like I said, the monster universe, um, Universal monsters, that they had back in the 30s. I thought it looked pristine, just from the digital enhancement of the film grains to the practical sets to the black and white beautiful cinematography and the lighting that accompanies it, like everything about it on an aesthetic point, it just works. um they even this is, I don't think this is a spoiler, but they flipped to color towards the end, and it still looked nice. They still took care of that, so it wasn't just like, um we're gonna not pay attention to the color section and just pay attention to the black and white section. It's like, no, everything was handled with care, and I really thought that Michael Giacchino has a really great creative eye when it comes to this stuff, and he really brought really great flair to this story, this character, and just his overall first movie. It is quite violent for a Marvel, property. I was actually quite shocked that they got away with this stuff, and I always, like, am shocked by this stuff just because, like, when it happens, I'm like, "Ooh, that's spicy," because this is a Disney product, so, like, to some degree, they're gonna have it, like, still for families, but I think it's funny that some of this stuff is getting more and more violent, and I'm like, "Oh, Disney's still releasing this." But no, it's super violent, and it really, sinks its teeth into, like, the threat that this werewolf might have if it were ever to encounter people. Like, you don't want to have like this like foo fluffy like violence from a werewolf that's tearing people apart. You want to show it in its actual glory, and I thought it was really effective. Just from a character standpoint, it's like no, this werewolf has a mission to get what they want, and they're gonna have anyone stop them. So I thought the gore was quite shocking, but really effective in the black and white. Really cool as well. Um, yeah, I really like the story as well. There is a hunt to go after this creature, and so we could see a bunch of different characters kind of interact. We see the main character um, played by Gail Garcia Bernal and Laura Donnelly. They're the two that we kind of spend a lot more time with in this series. We get to know a little bit more about their family history, and it's really important with, especially with like the whole bloodline aspect in the synopsis. But we get to know a little bit more about their families and just seeing them interact. And so there was some really nice human moments too of just kind of getting a little bit to know more about them, especially if they appear in other Marvel projects. Um, but yeah, so back to Giacchino, I just really thought handling of the story and the effects and the aesthetic really really nice, and it just reminded me so much of those horror films back in the day. Performances are also really good. I really liked Gail Garcia Bernal as Jack. I'm not going to say who he is, but hey, listen, if he pops up in future movies or TV shows, I would not be upset. And I think if Marvel's going to introduce all these characters in the supernatural corner of this universe, this is a great character to follow because I got a taste of it in this TV movie, but I want more. I want to know more about him. I want to know a little bit more about his life and like, what happens during the day and at night. That's all I'm going to say. But uh, you know, I think there was just a great taste from these characters to where if they were to pop up in other stuff, I would be more than happy to want to explore just whatever's going on. But yeah, I thought the performances were really, really nice. Some of them are a little bit over the top and a little bit campy, but you would expect that if they're trying to also mimic that era of film. So I think that works. Yeah, and the music is also really great. Just kind of like this fun. Um, once again, kind of harking back to that era of film, just kind of this over the top, kind of like piano, type of score where it has the atmosphere and it just feels eerie, but also fun at the same time. So I thought that was working well for it. But yeah, overall, I like this. It's not my favorite Marvel thing to come out, but I think in terms of a first attempt at Giacchino and directing, a first attempt at introducing these characters, it was a good start. Do I want more? Absolutely. But I think for what we are given, it's a great holiday special for Halloween. Great introduction and a great directorial debut. I liked it. So, what do you think of Werewolf by Night? Please let me know down below whether you liked it, loved it, hated it, all that stuff. I want to know. And that will do it for this review, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsor, Movie Palette, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye bye.